Good evening, y'all. Yeah, this is a quick update, and so what I'm currently thinking about, and what is actually the topic I'm still struggling with. I mean, a couple of videos ago, I was already talking about false idolatry and worship of wrong idols, and how this is actually a sin, and when you're a true believer or a true Christian, that this is actually really a sin. And honestly, something happened to me recently where I didn't understand what was going on. And because honestly, in the past, I mean, I do believe that different religions were created to separate people, to weaken us in our strength as one folk of the Lord. And I was always thinking, okay, this like war between, or this discrepancies between Muslims and Christians were actually a bit made up, because a huge percentage of the Quran would actually would be similar to the Bible. And so I think, like, a lot of teachings which you actually find in the Quran, you can also find in the Bible. And I actually had a good friend who is a Muslim, and yeah, so we were always thinking, okay, we probably have one God. So we were thinking, because in the Quran, obviously God is called Allah, or I was thinking that actually their name for God is Allah. And so I was always thinking, okay, this kind of wars between Christian and Muslims are just made up, like by us fooling into believing that we believe in two different gods. And so I was actually having this good Muslim friend, and we were saying, okay, we want to have peace between Christians and Muslims, and so we think that we both believe in the same God. So I was thinking, okay, Allah is probably God, and Yahweh is Allah. But I was probably wrong, and I had to learn it the hard way. So so I was just at some point, when I got to know my friend better, who's a Muslim, I just saw sometimes, like, just the way he behaved was not really holy in a way. So he was struggling with a lot of, I mean, I just saw his behavior, like, sometimes, and I was just like, whoa, as a believer. I mean, no matter whether your God's how your God's name is, but if you believe in the same God as I believe, then you try to not like drink too much, or not commit some kind of fornication, and so you try to be careful, you try to not sin, right? And so, but at some point I just realized that sometimes I felt like he's so strongly taken over from certain demons, like, just his behavior was, how can I say that? And even, I mean, even he told me, like, he asked me, I mean, we had several conversations, and at some point he just, like one evening before he became really, really aggressive, I mean, we had a conversation about faith again, and we were actually talking a lot about faith, and, like, the evenings before, it was always actually good and everything was okay, but on that particular evening he told me, yeah, you should convert to become a Muslim and stuff. And because it was actually really interesting, because I was actually making a very healthy dinner after I went to work out and sports. And so we were talking, because so basically he was there, and so we were talking, and he said, you, like, Jesus is not the son of God, Jesus is just a prophet, and what you believe is wrong, and you have to you should convert, you should leave Christianity and convert to Islam. And I was like, whoa, I was like, okay. And I'm like, I was just thinking, I was just telling him, like what did he actually say? But even on this evening, I had the feeling, like, just the way he talked to me, it was just like, it was not him. It was like almost a demon talked to me through him, you know. And so I was thinking, okay, wow. And I just said like, okay, back off. I will not give up being a Christian, and I am a follower of Jesus Christ, and Jesus Christ did so much for me. He protected me and he showed me things, and so I'm not giving up Jesus. I mean, Jesus was the only one who was there for me when I had a situation. I was really vulnerable and really like, I was not strong enough to defend myself, and I felt Jesus' energy protected me, and I will definitely not give that up. I mean, why should I? I mean, I love what Jesus did for us, you know. He died for our sins, and just when you read this passage in the Bible, I mean, can you even imagine like how a being can be like giving up yourself for others? I mean, we live in a world full of egoists and self-worshippers with their selfies, you know, and everything. And so can you imagine somebody giving up his life for you, and he even knew it? He knew that some of his followers would betray him, and the evening before, when he broke the bread and he said, "This is my body given for you," or when he gave the wine and he said, "This is my blood given for you." And so this is just, I mean, the evening before, he already knew it, you know. And so what they're gonna do to him, and every time, you know, like when I'm in church or something, and they do they celebrate this kind of event, and I'm always like so blown away how a being can be like that, you know. And so I mean, Jesus is beyond words. I mean, I do believe that Jesus has the power to heal sick people, and I do believe that his authority can chase out demons. That is what I do truly believe, and so I was never willing to give up Jesus, but yeah, the next day, I mean, like this Muslim friend where I was just talking about, he was like really drunk, and he attacked me, but again, I felt like on a physical level, but I was lucky, I was rescued, but still I feel that he was so open and so vulnerable for demonic possession. This actually really showed me that there's something wrong with, I don't want to say, oh my God. I mean, I just felt like, whoa, I mean, how can he be in this way? How can he behave in this way if he is a true believer in the same God as I am, you know what I'm saying? And I did see that he didn't appreciate Jesus' authority. This was the main difference between us, you know. And so that is maybe what caused him to lose the control, or to kind of change in that way. And so I just saw like, whoa, like if I would give up Jesus' protection, I would probably maybe end up like him. I just feel like, oh my God, I mean, this is just, I cannot describe it. And anyway, so this made me listen to some more teachings, and apparently it's not true that Allah is God. So Allah is a demon, when it is true what certain people describe when they enter into the scriptures. Like Allah is basically something like a demonic God, like not the original God who likes being worshipped. And for example, one thing is, when you enter a mosque, you have to remove your shoes, and this is, for example, one sign for worshipping this demon god, you know, like because you step on this holy ground that belongs to the demon. And so it's basically a false god, and that is why he was not protected against any kind of demonic possession, because there was nothing what could protect him, because he's believing in a fake god. It's like a demonic god. And so I was just thinking like, whoa, I mean seriously, honestly, I didn't think that this is really true. I mean, like, whoa, I mean, but apparently, so Allah is not God. So And they don't recognize Jesus as a son of God. They just say, okay, Jesus is some random prophet, but Jesus was definitely more than a prophet. That is what I believe. And so yeah, we live in tough times again. Stay strong. I just found out my truth, and for some crazy reason, I feel that this was actually last minute that I found out this truth. As I said, I had to learn it the hard way. I just want to tell you, as a true believer in Jesus Christ, be careful, and protect yourself. Pray, never give up the faith in Jesus Christ, because He will be the one saving you from these demonic possessions. He will be the one making you strong, making you survive in this three-dimensional world as long as He wants you to. And so just don't sin, just don't risk it. And the biggest challenge I'm facing right now is I'm in a higher level of education, I feel. And so basically what is going on is that in the level where I'm working, I feel there are a lot of these idols, like the beings who want to be worshipped as idols, as gods, because in the ancient times they were worshipped like this. And so they have their history, and they want you to give this like praise to them, and this like worship, and like acknowledge them in their higher status. And the problem is I cannot do that anymore because it's a sin. And so I'm facing now a difficult time, I feel, because they are used to me, following them and bowing down in front of them or something like that, But now I have to, it's not that I'm not polite anymore. I will be polite. I will be like as normal as I can be, but I will not have this like passionate worshipping what I used to give to them, this kind of like the way you treat a person, or like you feel for a person, like, wow, this person is like so smart, or wow, this person can do X, Y, Z. And don't think like this. It's worship. It's like it's like you basically put that person on a pedestal, and you're not allowed to do that. It's like a false god worshipping. And this is like, apparently I had some other sins which were difficult to manage, like for example also just not even doing it, but sometimes having these like lustful thoughts. Or I do live in celibacy since I think over 2 years now, and I'm okay with that. And so, but sometimes I had these like thoughts, but still, if you believe in the Bible, then already when you think about a person in this kind of way, then this is already fornication, this is already adultery. And so you should control your thoughts. You have to control your mind, because the mind is the most vulnerable thing which will be attacked by the enemy immediately, And so you have to be super careful with that. And so that is one big challenge I was facing, to really like control my mind, and really like if you just feel, and now I even feel it, when these thoughts from external like come, because I just realized, okay, they're actually not really my thoughts, they're just coming to me, and I was always thinking these are my thoughts, but they are not. They are just coming, probably sent by the enemy or something, to make me committing sin, And so I just had to oh my god, it took me quite a while until I found it out. And I always feel that really some of these beings actually really fooled me into sinning sometimes, and I just didn't get it, I was just like stumbling into that trap, like. And now I reached this new level, which makes me stronger against these attacks, however, which increase the level of the challenge. And so now I'm really curious with what the enemy will come up with. And but as I said, like, I will not leave Jesus Christ, because I'm also convinced of Jesus Christ. You don't have to convince me. So it's I got convinced, and yeah, and so as I said, it was not easy sometimes, but I do believe in the power of Jesus Christ to protect you from demonic attacks. And even if that demon God's name is Allah, and that Allah will probably come to me and try something, I do feel that, and I pray to the Lord God and to Jesus Christ to protect me, and I do hope that they will be there, and like, yeah, and that they will show me the way how to fight in that spiritual warfare which we face. And yeah, and so, but this is really bringing me to a really pure point, you know. I feel I've never been that pure, you know. I've never been so strict with not sinning, you know. I'm really whoa, I mean, I really reached a point of my life where I'm thinking how can I make it even more cleaner or even more better. But it's like, really, it's difficult. It's not difficult. It's like every day you fight this yeah, you have to fight again and against any kind of temptations or seductions or some kind of attacks in that way. So you have to really step it up, and yeah, and this is what I wanted to say. Stay strong in the faith. Don't accidentally commit sin by worshipping false gods, you know, like putting some people in your environment on a pedestal. I mean, they are used to put on a pedestal like through all the years. So I do feel that some of the beings also here in my sphere, actually, their souls are really old, you know. I do feel that they are probably here since quite a while on this planet, and so maybe they had a former life, maybe they were worshipped, I don't know, but like in this lifetime everything will change, that is for sure. We live in the end times, and so now it's the final battle, and so these entities have to get used to the fact that their ruling period is over. And this will, of course, whoa, I mean, this will break. Probably all hell will break loose, but I don't know. I mean, we have to see. But yeah, they will not give up this fight like this, you know. So they, I think something will come, and we have to be strong. And yeah. So that is all what I wanted to share with you today. And again, I hope that somebody can resonate with this information somehow. Stay protected. Stay blessed, stay in the presence of Jesus Christ, which is actually a really happy feeling, a very safe and warm feeling, and stay with Jesus, and he will guide you, and yeah, so have a wonderful start into the winter time, and God bless you. Goodbye.